So I'm going to try and get my electricity plugged back into my little fryer here to keep the wax hot. So I first started growing mushrooms. I'll tell you a quick little 5-minute story of how this all came about. So I was at tree service for a while, and I was throwing stuff out, and I really wasn't thrilled about that. And so after about a year of that, I thought there has to be ways that I can use the materials from the tree work for something else. And so then I actually came up with a really cool name, We Recycle Trees, for my company, and I decided I was going to try and find ways to use pretty much everything for something else. So firewood, mulch, and lumber, and then growing your own mushrooms was another little fun way that I found that you could use the limbs, the smaller pieces that normally would get thrown in a chipper, but instead of, people don't realize, like, this size of a log can last 4 or 5 years. So it can make mushrooms periodically, and it's a little bit disheartening in that they don't make giant numbers of mushrooms constantly. It's a little sporadic thing. It has to have kind of a rainy season or a wet time in order for the logs to actually grow and fruit. But yeah, so this was like another little way that I found that I could try and use something that I was previously viewing as trash to make treasure instead, which is kind of cool. So where to start? So there's certain kinds of mushrooms that grow on certain kinds of logs. This particular one that I have here today is called shiitake. I've probably got 7 or 8 different kinds of those that I've started over the years. And they prefer to grow on oak, so that's a really dense hardwood. And then oyster mushrooms, they're not, if you feel this, actually let me encourage folks to come up and feel these. Feel these are kind of hard. They dry out, but then they can be rehydrated. Has anybody ever felt an oyster mushroom and they know it's a lot softer? That is a little bit, they grow really fast on the log, and they digest the log really quick, so the log may only last 1 or 2 seasons. But then the shiitakes, given that it's a hardwood, oak is a really durable wood, I can get mushrooms off a log like this for 4, 5, 6 years. So it's kind of a long-term investment, but you don't get a lot of mushrooms from one log at any given time. It's a handful here and there, or if you have a number of logs, then you get more. So you'll never see like one log with like 50 mushrooms on it from every side all at once. It's just kind of like, it's a novelty, it's fun. You need more than 1 or 2 or 3 if you want to have a bunch to feed a family. So this is kind of a pretty accurate representation of what you'll get periodically. The other thing that kind of bears mentioning, typically it'll grow just in a moist season because the spores of the mushroom itself, they need to go forth onto the logs and actually hit a moist surface to be able to grow. So if it's really hot and dry in the middle of the summer, you generally won't see any mushrooms on your logs at all. But then there's ways to cheat. So you mentioned a second ago, what's your name over there? Becky. She had a log that she forced, that's what it's called. You basically stick it in water, you make it think it rained, it soaks up a bunch of water, and then it makes mushrooms. So you can kind of cheat, if you will. So every 5, 6 weeks you can force it to fruit. And then you will get less longevity over the course of the log, which you're making it fruit more often, because that's digesting the wood quicker. But then if you're not as patient like I'm not, you can get more mushrooms faster by cheating. So that's kind of a fun thing. So I'll spread out. I'm going to get people around here. Take a look at this log up here. Filing close. See all these holes here that were drilled in here? So that's exactly what we're going to do here tonight with this little tool. We're going to drill a bunch of holes in the log. And then basically what we do, there was sawdust that was started with the mushroom spawn, the seeds if you will. And then we take little bits of that with this little tool and basically fill it up and then backfill the holes that we drilled with this little guy. So it's a pretty simple process. It's a little unfortunate in that you have to buy a lot of stuff if you want to do it yourself. You can get like a bag of spawn for $25, but then that makes enough for 25 logs. So how much of one kind does one person go employ? So that's a little bit of a challenge. They have another type, it's a little wooden dowel, so it's a little peg. You can get those and then basically just drill holes in a log. You can get those in smaller numbers and do smaller amounts. So there's different kinds of volumes you can do. If you decide that you really like mushrooms a lot though, you may actually want to grow 20 or so of one particular variety, and then they fruit on the same schedule and you get a lot. So the more kinds you get, anybody ever grow blueberries? Yes. Anyway? Okay. So we're familiar with early, mid, and late season fruiting. so you can scatter your harvest time depending upon what varieties you've got. So you can get a number of different kinds of shiitake and oyster mushrooms. Like we pick all year long pretty much except late December, January, and beginning of February, give or take.
Yeah, just when it doesn't rain.
And in the dead middle of the winter. And even then there's some fruiting in the middle of the winter sometimes. It's freakishly warm here lately, we get a little warm spell, so you can almost grow mushrooms year round, which is really awesome. There's another cool thing with shiitakes. These are kind of hard right now, they dry out a little bit. You just stick them in water and they just kind of rehydrate. Yeah, see that? They're pretty hard like that. But it's pretty amazing though. The oyster mushrooms, they get giant really fast. That's what we're going to start here tonight. I have a type of oyster mushroom. The unfortunate part is depending upon what kind of mushrooms you're growing, oyster logs basically break down really quick. Tulip poplar, if you feel this, not that heavy for wood. If you were to compare it to the same size of oak wood, it's still fresh and wet. But I mean, generally tulip poplar wood, it grows really, really quickly. It's a lighter wood, it's less dense, so it breaks down quicker. Because the mushroom is digesting the actual log in order to make the fruiting bodies of mushrooms. So you can get 4 or 5 years out of this. You might get 2 or 3 seasons. So depending upon what kind of log you have, it'll last different. Anybody ever tried to grow mushrooms at all? Anybody? You?
I bought a kit.
You bought a kit? What kind and how?
It's a shiitake kit. I think we got it.
Was it on sawdust or was it on a log?
Yeah, it was some kind of compressed.
Little blob of sawdust, probably?
Yeah, it kind of was like a log, but not a log. I was just wondering, I was here like, what kind of wood is this?
Okay, this is oak. It's white oak. And then this is tulip poplar. So typically the oyster mushrooms will grow on a softer, less dense wood. They colonize the wood really quickly. They break it down pretty quickly. And you don't get as long of a harvest window out of it in terms of years. But when they do fruit, it is pretty, like you get big, giant clumps of mushrooms. The downside is if you don't keep the log in a place where you can kind of check on it periodically, the mushrooms can come and go pretty quickly. Because, they fruit, the spores go out, and then, they break down pretty quick. So I tell people, anytime you've had a day or two of rain, start checking your log daily. Because you should be surprised. Like, you go from a little teeny nub, actually like this is perfect now that I show and tell. You go from, this to, full-on mushroom in 2 days. And then the flip side is, in an oyster mushroom, because it's not as hardy and durable as a mushroom, it'll go from this to gone in 2 more days. So you can totally miss it. So that's why I tell people, when it's rained, go out and start checking, because you'll see them. As soon as they start to come out, you'll see the little nubs pretty quick, and then you just know to keep an eye on it. Now, squirrels love mushrooms also. So